Hey guys, Fox here with an updated Baromagnes deck profile for you guys today. Updated with the set 7 support. Sorry I haven't made a video for you guys in a while. Had a lot going on, switched jobs, had another couple things going on. A few pieces of housekeeping before we get into the video. Made a Discord. I'll have the invite down below in the description. Probably be doing a giveaway when set 8 comes out. I'll be getting a lot of product to get the Tamira promo, so I figured I might as well do a little bit of a giveaway, so look forward to that. I'll be looking for a teammate for the Illinois Team Springfest and the New York Team Springfest. Me and my buddy Ryan for the Newark regional will need a teammate, and then me and someone I met on Vanguardians will need a teammate for the Illinois Springfest. So without that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get into the profile. Rod line's still the same, obviously Baromagnes for those of you who don't know the skill. When he attacks, count +1, perform all the following according to the number of cards in your soul. 5 or more, you draw a card. 10 or more, 10,000 in a crit until the end of the battle. 15 or more, you and your opponent put all of your own rear guards in your soul. Choose 2 cards from your soul, call them to rear guard, and those units get 10,000 power till end of battle. Then for the grade 2 of the ride line, we have Electro Spartan. When it's rode upon by Master of Gravity Baromagnes, you put a card from your hand into soul. Draw a card, soul charge 1, and then on auto, when placed on rear guard, count +1, soul charge 2. Flaming Pony, act in soul, bind to soul charge 2. And then obviously the starter, Uncanny Burning, obviously has the same effect as all the other Overdress starters when you go second to draw a card. I am running one of the new set 7 order, the Magna Reversal Breaker. I would cut this if I did have the 4th pony that I have coming in the mail. But it is a good card. It is similar to the Bruce order, the Pandemonium Tactics that we used to run, except it does not soul charge 4, it soul charges 3, and it also gives your front row. So you kind of +1 if your Vanguard's Baromagnes. I'll just read the effect. You soul charge 3, choose one of your Vanguards. It gets, if your soul has 10 or more cards, all of your front row get 5k. So it's similar to the grade 2, except it gives 10k instead of, or it doesn't give 10k, it gives 5k. So it's basically the grade 2 skill that I used to run. And it soul charges 3 instead of 4, like the old order that I used to run. So it's still a really good card. I have been enjoying it in testing, but I am going to cut it once I get the 4th pony. Then as far as our other grade 3s, we are still running the other 3 copies of Baromagnes because you obviously want to be persona riding. And then I will be running for Curtis when I get the 4th in the mail. Have the 4th coming, so do recommend running 4 of him. When he is placed on rear guard, if you have a Baromagnes Vanguard, you soul charge 2, and then if your soul has 10 or more cards, you can count +2, and all of your front row get 5,000 power until end of turn, which is really nice to push damage or finish off games, coupled with your other abilities. So if you get the 4th, if you're running the 4 Curtis, which I will be, would cut the Kigra, but his ability, he's a good budget option if you're unable to afford other cards. When he is placed on rear guard, perform all the following according to the number of cards in your soul. 7 or more, you count +1 and discard a card from your hand. Choose a card from your soul, put it in your hand, and soul charge 1. So it's a good toolbox card. And then 13 or more, all of your front row get 5,000 until end of turn. So it was the card I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the new order. And then the new addition to the deck that I'm really liking a lot, I picked up frame rares because they're really cheap, is the Lilac Lasher. Really cool card. I really like the art. Really great card in the deck just because it hits really huge numbers. Its ability is on rear guard when it attacks. If you have Vanguard with Baromagnes in its card name, it gets 2,000 until the end of the battle for each card in your soul. So if you have 15 cards in your soul, that's 30,000 power. So it attacks for 32,000. Base power is 2,000. So you're like, oh, not a lot of power, but 32,000 is nothing to scoff at when you hit that 15,000 with Baromagnes' skill. Only really need 2 because there's other cards that are more important in the deck. But it is a really good card for the deck. I really do like its addition. Then we're still on the 2 Keenly Ludilies. Helps you not to deck out in the deck, which always was the problem when we originally got the deck. Her skill, when it's placed on rear, if your Vanguard is Master of Gravity Baromagnes, +1, choose any number of normal units from your soul, and this unit gets 5k until end of turn for each card chosen, and then return all the chosen cards to your deck and shuffle it. And then for our final grade 2, we are still running the 4 Selfish Engraver, still one of the best cards in the deck. When its attack hits, you soul charge 1, and then at the end of the battle that it attacked, if your soul has 10 or more cards, put it into the soul and counter charge 1. So just amazing card. Really just great card in most Dark State decks that, you know, revolve around the soul. Then still on the 4 Brainwash Swirler, which is ridiculously expensive at this point. There are budget options if you can't afford this. Sadly, it's just integral to Baromagnes being a powerful deck. So would recommend running it if you have, you know, the budget for it. Skill, obviously, when it's placed on rearguard circle, you soul charge 1, and then when your card is put in your soul by soul charge, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets 5,000 till end of turn. So it gets really crazy, really fast in the deck because all you're doing is soul charging. And then the set 6 card that really amped up the power of the deck, the Almandine. During your turn, if your soul has 10 or more cards, it gets 10,000 power, and then counterblast 1 until end of turn when you would soul charge by your card's ability, increase that number by 1. So really good, just multiplies the amount of cards you can get in soul. So it just helps you frenzy in the deck. The 1 Elementaria Sanctitude for the perfect cards for those triple drive decks. The 3 other Sentinels, the Recusal Hate Dragons. Then on the 2 ponies, like I said, the 3rd's coming in the mail. Always want to run 4. The Overtrigger, for those of you who don't know, when you check it, gives your Vanguard 10,000 power and a critical until the end of the fight during your turn. So really good. Constant pressure. So your Baromagnes, if you have 10 or more soul, is going to be swinging for 33,000 in a crit every turn. One of each of the effect heals. This one is the critical effect heal. This one, the if they attack 2 or more times effect heal. Both really good. Prefer the art on this one. If I was going to a tournament, would recommend running 2 of this because I feel like this one is the better of the 2. 2 regular heals, and then maxing out on draws almost just 7 draws. I do want a little bit more pressure just because my play group does run a little bit more aggressive decks. So 7 draws, 4 of the effect draws. If I were going to a tournament, would be running 8 draws to see more combo pieces. But like I said, I do plan a little bit more of an aggressive play group. And then the 4 effect crits. You do want to run the effect crits. They are needed in the deck because after it boosts, you obviously put it in a soul. You know, choose one of your units, gets 2,000 power until end of turn. So it helps you build the soul in those instances when you can't draw on your pieces that build in your soul. That's obviously didn't mention before, but you are running that many draws, so you draw into the pieces that help you build soul. So really liking the Lilac was a really nice addition that we got in the set. Really liking the deck still. Really never get bored of it. I mean, it seems really linear, but really never get bored of it. Yeah, that's the deck profile. I should have a jewel deck for you guys. I'm still waiting on 2 Rocket Gores to come in the mail. It's been like 2 weeks now, and one other card, one of the grade 3s, not the main grade 3, the common one. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time, and when set 8 comes.